9 says if we believe in our heart and confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, thou shalt be saved. She fessed up. It's your God who got all the power. She had faith. But you do know James says faith without work is dead. Are y'all in the house? Faith, now notice this, James does not say faith without work is not faith. He said faith without work is dead faith. In other words, faith without work is stagnated faith. It can't get you anywhere. It really doesn't matter, Reverend Stokes, how much faith I have in that chair. If I never move to go sit it down in it, my faith is dead. It is only when I walk to the chair and sit down in the chair am I activating my faith. When James says faith without works is dead, what James is saying is faith without corresponding behavior will get you nowhere. Okay, y'all look like y'all ain't getting that. It doesn't matter how much faith you got that your car gonna work. If you don't put the key in and turn it, it ain't taking you nowhere. Faith without work is what? Watch this, watch this. Oh my God, please turn to James. Teach Betty Brown's older boy, 2:25. James. Because some of y'all got faith, but you don't have active faith. Oh, you got a belief. I believe God gonna give me a job, and you stay at home and won't go put no applications in. I believe God got a husband for me, and you won't even comb your nappy hair. I believe God got a new house for me, and you won't even clean up the trailer. I'm is going somewhere. No, you ain't. You're going right where you've been going, nowhere. Because you can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. I'm trying to be your life coach. I want to challenge you to walk by faith. I want to challenge you not to let your flaws hinder your faith. Now I want you to use Rahab as your example. Well, I'll tell y'all, James what? James 2:25. Let's go back to the Bible. Let's go back to 15. I'm sorry, verse 14. James making the argument that in order for faith to work, you got to do something. He says, verse 15. I'm sorry, 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say I have faith and have not works, can faith save him? Now, the word save there is not the word save for salvation. It means the word save is from the Greek word soteria, and it means to rescue. Can faith rescue me? And then he gives some examples. Notice what he says. If thy brother is naked and destitute of food, in other words, your brother, he ain't got no clothes, he ain't got no food. And one you say unto him, depart in peace. Brother, just walk by faith. Be warm. I'm speaking it into your life. And be filled. He said, and you don't give him something to eat and give him some clothes? What good is that faith? You didn't save the man. You didn't rescue him from being hungry. You didn't rescue him from being naked. You just gave him a whole lot of words. So he says, even so faith, if it had not worked, it's dead being alone. He said, yes, so many thou have faith. He said, you said, man, yeah, man said faith, thou have faith. He said, I got works. He said, show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith and my works. Now, you must have faith before you can work. Work comes after you have faith. He said, thou believest in one God, thou doest well. The devil also believeth and tremble. He said, the devil got faith. But the devil not putting that faith into action. Everybody shout, faith must be put into action. And then he said, what Abraham our father, verse 21, justified when he had offered Isaac, his son, unto the altar. In other words, he's saying, let me sum this up because it's getting long. He says Abraham is called the father of faith. Abraham was told to leave his home and go where God was telling him. Now, if Abraham had said, I got faith and never left, he would have had dead faith. God told Abraham to take his son up on the mountain and kill him. God didn't want him to kill him. He wanted to be obedient unto him. If Abraham hadn't taken the boy up there, he would have had dead faith. Do you understand what he's saying? He's saying, now look at verse, what did I tell y'all? James, verse 25. He said, likewise, also was not Rahab, there it is again, the whore, the prostitute, justified by works when she had received the messengers and had sent them out on the way. Then he said, for the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without work is also dead. She said, yes, Rahab had faith, but she did something. She hid the spies. She lied about it, but she hid the spies. Okay, watch this. Please get this. God didn't bless her because she lied. Reverend Dowdell, God blessed her in spite of her lie. Boy, y'all missed that. God is not going to bless you because you're so good. God is going to show you favor even in spite of the fact that you're so bad. That's why the old folks said it this way. He looked beyond my, met every one of my needs. Tanya, am I preaching this okay? He looked beyond all of my. This woman was flawed. She had faith. Now I got to look at her favor. Got to look at her favor. Her favor. Okay, so I got to fast forward now to chapter 6. She had hid the spies, let them go. Spies had gone back, told them, cool, we can take the land. They had, and maybe we'll deal with some of this next week. God had parted the Jordan River for them. They had been on they had marched around the Jericho wall, not 7 days for 7 times a day. They marched around 6 days one time. On the 7th day, they marched around 7 times. The wall came down. Okay, y'all got story. Okay, so so finally Israel is in the long-awaited promised land. Go to chapter 6, and I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to look at her favor, because God takes her from being flawed to favor. Pat, isn't that good news? Isn't that good news, y'all? Because God is getting ready to take somebody in here who's messed up from the floor up, and God going to turn your situation around. Okay, chapter 6, look at verse 22. Chapter 6. Verse 22. And Joshua, now they are destroying the city now. Okay? And Joshua had said unto the 2 men that had spied out the country, go into the, there it is. They just won't drop it. Go into the whole house. Go into the hussy house. Go into the prostitute house. And bring out thence the woman and all that she had. Get Ray, Junebug, Little Man, Big Eye, Show Monica, and the young men that were spies went in and brought out Rahab and her father and her mother and her brethren and all that they had, and brought out all, they even brought the cousins, the nieces, and the nephews. What did? And left them without the camp of Israel. And they burned the city with fire. And then they go on, verse 25. And Joshua saved Rahab the, okay, boy, y'all get this. They still calling her a hoe. Can't you drop it now? Lord, don't they get the point? I'm through. I'm through. That's some of her favor. Watch this. Now, turn to Matthew. Well, now turn to Hebrews chapter 11, and I'm really wrapping this up now. Am I helping anybody? I need y'all to so, oh my God, this is about to get shout material. Hebrew 11. I'm sorry. God, glory to God. Glory to God. What a mighty God we serve. Am I taking too long? Well, everybody ain't said no, so maybe some folks say, yeah, you're getting a little long, brother Pastor. Hebrew chapter number 11. All right, now, this woman, this prostitute, lying woman, there is something in Hebrew 11 called the Faith Hall of Fame. These are the creme de la creme, the best of the best, those whom God is the Mount Rushmore of faith. Verse 17, I believe that's right, talks about Abraham, who had two places on the Hall of Fame. Are y'all in the house? I said, are y'all in the house? Abraham, two places on the Hall of Fame. That verse 8, well, maybe I need to get to Hebrew 11. 8 and 17, all right? Now, verse 20. Isaac is on Mount Rushmore. Verse 23 and 24, Moses is on Mount Rushmore. Now look at verse 32. David is on Mount Rushmore. And sandwiched in between. Oh my God, this shout material. Sandwiched in between Father Abraham. Mary, this shout material. Sandwiched in between Father Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah. On the other side, you got David, Solomon. None in between all of these great men of faith is this whore by the name of Rahab. Wait a minute. What's she doing there? She ain't got no business in there. You know why she there? I'm going to tell you why. Because when I looked at Rahab, I saw she was flawed. She had faith. She had faith. And her faith, Ms. Whitfield, moved her from flawed to favor. I went back, Reverend Stokes, and I looked at Abraham. And I discovered that Abraham was really no different from Rahab. That Abraham walked by faith. But he was flawed. Because when he went to Egypt, he told his wife, Sarah, you're a beautiful woman. And so when I get to Egypt, they're going to try to kill me and marry you. So I want you to tell them that you are my sister and not my wife. He was flawed, but walked by faith, and God showed him favor. When I looked at Moses, I said to myself, Michelle, Moses ain't no different from Rahab. Moses was flawed. God told Moses to speak to the rock. Moses hit the rock twice. Moses killed a man. Flawed. Boy, I'm bringing this home, but y'all know me. But faith, which moved him to favor. When I looked at David, Israel's greatest king. David, oh my God, rascal, couldn't contain his sexual drive. Looked out one day, saw that beautiful woman, love moved in, and said, I'm flawed. I got to have her. So Rahab is there. Same reason Abraham is there. Watch this. Please get it. Brian, give me some real salt. Please get this. Wherever God puts you, don't apologize when God takes you up. Because if God places you there, you belong there. Oh my God, I want somebody to receive that. If God placed her on Mount Rushmore, she belongs there. If God gives you the house, you belong in that house. If God gives you the car, you belong in that car. If God gives you the husband, you belong with him. Don't apologize. Well, one more thing I got to tell you, Deacon, and I'm through. Rahab, they take her back to Israel. When she gets to Israel, she meets a rich man. He's an architect. History says he built most of Jerusalem, by the name of Salmon. Salmon looks beyond her past and say, I don't care if you swung from chandeliers with every man in America. Your past is your past. Okay, I gotta go, but stop trying to figure out what your spouse did before y'all got together. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay, let me say it again. Stop trying to figure out what they did. They ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't care if they swing from the chandelier and had sex 18 hours a day. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Now, I may not be able to keep up, but hey. Y'all silly. All right, I'm through. She marries Salmon. I'll make sure I got this right. She marries Salmon. They hook up and have a son by the name of Boaz. I hear you, Reverend. Who is Boaz? Boaz was a rich landowner. There was a woman by the name of Ruth who left her hometown and went with her mother-in-law. God told her to go glean, pick up the fragments in Boaz's field. Boaz looked at her and said, well, but she might pretty. Boaz and Ruth hooked up. I think I got this right now. And they gave birth to a man by the name of Jesse. Who is Jesse? Jesse's David daddy. Pastor, what's the significance there? This prostitute lying hoe. If you read the genealogy of Jesus in Matthew 1:5, it says in that genealogy is this lying whorish prostitute by the name of Rahab. Pastor, what do you want to leave with me? Here it is. Y'all sit down. If God can use Rahab, I don't need to finish that. If God could take a prostitute lying hoe and put her in the genealogy of Jesus, maybe God can use you. Don't let your flaws keep you from your faith. And don't let your faith keep you from your favor. With that, I'm through. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Give God some praise in the house.